So evening, yogis, just have a moment lying on your mat or seated if that's what you prefer. Lovely evening practice, and so however your day has been, if you've been really busy, then this will be a very welcome hour for you. Not just physically, probably mentally and emotionally as well. It's just lovely to sort of imagine all of the heaviness of thoughts and responsibilities just sort of falling off you, like you're standing in the shower. This is how I like to sometimes imagine that, just like the water falls over the body and just drains away, we can think of some of the heaviness that we hold day to day just falling away. Lovely when you can visualize these things. So we'll just have a few moments connecting with our body and just scanning through to feel what you feel, whether you feel a bit tight in the lower back or one shoulder is a little bit tender. Perhaps you've been stooping all day or hunched over a desk and a computer. Whatever it is, the body usually reflects it back. So this evening we're going to have quite a nice gentle practice using as many props as we want to, because the more that we can relax against the cushioning of a bolster or a block, the more we can really become passive and let go. So just enjoying a few breaths, maybe a few sighs, just to release the shoulders a bit more. It's incredible how much a sigh can really give you that permission to let go through your body. Ground down. Send your energies down into the earth. And then if you're lying down, have a few moments to rock your knees in. Nice gentle movement on your back into some circles perhaps. If you're seated, let's just take our shoulders round and maybe tilt the head side to side a few times. Really feel the muscles in your back. And maybe a gentle flex. And then in your own time, coming to seated. Let's have some quiet meditation time this evening. We'll follow our breath and just sit with ourselves. If the mind is very monkey mind and it's jumping around, so be it. But the best way to try and calm it is to allow the body to be still and the breath to be even, and just perhaps that monkey mind will just sit next to us. We can ask it to sit next to us and be still, and maybe it will calm down as well. It's a lovely way to imagine calming your mind like a little monkey. So rest your hands, Dhyana Mudra. We'll take 5 minutes. Just whenever you really do go off on a thought, just come back to your breath. Lovely way of centering you. So relaxing. Softening your face. And if you want to follow the temperature in your nostrils, that's a nice way of staying with your breath. Trying to relax your arms. See if you can relax around your eyes a bit more. Witnessing your thoughts. And just noticing those gaps where you might not even be in thought. Just trying to be the observer of your thoughts at any one time. Just take a few more breaths, noticing where our thoughts are. And then just, when you're ready, blinking the eyes open slowly. A thought that did come to me while I was thinking about the fact that I was thinking and thoughts was a lovely quote that I shared recently from Ram Dass. You are not your body. You are not your mind. You are the observer. The essence of it was that you are the observer of these things, the witness of these things. And so maybe we can take that thought with us through our practice this evening. We're going to start, we're going to come into mantis, but should you want to use your bolster, let's bring this in this evening. So coming into the position where the knees are sort of wider, the feet more together. And you can come down onto the mat if you want to, stretch the arms out in mantis, but I think it's quite nice to just use our bolsters this evening. What I would say is, because you're going to likely to turn your head one way, just for half of the pose turn it one way, and then half of the pose turn it the other way, just so the neck doesn't get too stiff. And you can just rest your arms by the side of the bolster, or if you want to sort of stretch them out a bit more, you can do. Whatever feels quite nice. And just really let the weight of your body be supported on this bolster. Really let go, let yourself be heavy. Trying to relax your head and neck as well. And just observing how you feel through your knees and your hips. And taking deep breaths. And just noticing what you notice. Perhaps you can feel your heart against the bolster if you're using one. Your heartbeat. Notice if you like the pose, whether it feels supportive. And as always, you can come out if you need to. Maybe just turning the head the other way now. Still trying to relax anywhere that does feel tight still. It's a lovely pose for your stomach and the liver and kidneys. So a few more breaths. Gently, when you're ready, let's lift up. Keeping your bolster handy this evening, just in case you want to use it. You might not want to, but it's there if you want to just give it a try. So coming out and really feeling all the sensations through the legs as we come out of that compression. Tingliness on the tops of our feet and shins. Perhaps even the soles of your feet. And just gradually starting to let the back ease and relax. Taking these few moments to have that lovely awareness of everything that you're feeling. Where there's coldness or heat, check in with the inner thighs, the groin, the soles of your feet and the arches. Maybe sensation on the abdomen. So hopefully everything's softening a little bit now. If you just want to rock your pelvis a few times and wag your tail, you can do. And then we'll bring the knees in. Little gentle rock. What can you feel through the back and the back muscles? And then we'll roll up to seated. Cocoon next. So this two-sided pose. So extending your legs, just bringing that left foot into the top of the right thigh. And if you want to, use your bolster again, just let it rest either on your leg or to the side of your leg. This evening I'm going to use a little cushion underneath my left knee. I don't particularly need it, but it's really nice just to try these things, and you might notice that there's even more tension taken out of the pose. And then we'll just maybe rest this bolster here and gently come forwards. If you have a few blocks you want to stack on this bolster, then you can put some there for your head. Wherever feels good. Play with moving the arms in different places and see how that feels. I think sometimes when we use props and they get in our way, we're not so hung up on how the pose looks and how far we've pushed into it. We can just enjoy relaxing more, allowing it to be more restorative. So tuning into your breath, bringing it to the belly. And how different does it feel if you're using your props? If you really want to relax your forehead, you can always bring the bolster up and use it to rest your head like this. Just keep exploring what you're feeling, where you're feeling it, where you can keep relaxing. Keep scanning through. How does it feel in your back in this forward fold? Can you relax your shoulders more? And then gently, one more breath. Lifting up slowly. And then finding neutral spine. Using your props this evening, do you feel a little bit, just a little bit more nourished than usual? And not just in a physical way, in a kind of a self-love way, like you're giving back to yourself, supporting yourself, giving yourself a break. So following where the chi is moving. Is your breath very shallow? Or is it still deep but very gentle? And there's a slow rhythm to it, perhaps. A very calm effect. So we'll draw our knees in, coming into the other side for this one. Left leg extends, and we'll bring that right foot up. I'm going to use a block this time for the forehead, so experiment how you feel. So right foot into the left thigh, cushions, bolster, getting really cozy here. And then just allowing your body to do whatever it wants to do. I definitely think there is that feeling of surrender when everything can just be supported. If you need to change anything or shift, please come into the pose that feels best for you. Even if everything feels supported, just see if you can loosen your jaw.
and your neck. Just check in with your arms. Maybe the upper arms can loosen a little. Softening your shoulder blades. Notice your mind as it's settling. Is your monkey sitting down or even lying down? Is it feeling very different from the other side? Taking the breath deep to the belly, feeling open into that lovely lower back and lumbar spine. A few more breaths. Gently, let's lift up. So keeping your block or your bolster handy, we're going to come into, after a little rest, we'll come into bridge, which we often use a block for, but you might like to use your bolster this evening. A bit softer. So relax. Have a gentle tilt if you need to. Just gently rock the pelvis if that feels good. Again, wiggle the hips. How do you feel? Even though we've come into these soft poses, you may still really be able to feel the deep, long stretch that we've taken. So again, let's bring the right knee in, then the left. Take a moment, nice rock and a roll. Does your body enjoy these movements? What's felt good this evening? Okay, so supported bridge. If you want to come into it using your block, you have two heights, the top height or the slightly lower height. Just demonstrating in case you want to, bringing that block underneath the sacrum, not on the lumbar spine, just that flat part that you'll feel almost in line with the tops of your buttocks, if you want to use your block. If you want to use the bolster, then again, just lifting up and placing it in that same sort of place, sacral part of the body, and relaxing. You don't have to be so precise when you use the bolster, because it's softer and it's not encroaching in any sort of hard way on your lumbar. But so this is quite nice. Try not to tense in your shoulders and the neck, this part of us that kind of connects to the mat. You might find your shoulders creeping up to your ears now and then. So let's relax. Notice if you're quite lifted or tight in your abdomen, and see if you can just sort of gently soften into this pose. Belly breathing. Keep checking in with your shoulder blades, whether your upper arms are tense. If you take your arms out slightly wider, not level with the shoulders, but just slightly wider, that might relax you a bit more. Closing the eyes if you haven't already. Just aware of your neck and your chin. This is a perfect posture if you want to breathe ujjayi, because of the way that the chin tucks in ever so gently. And often in yoga, all the different styles, you will often get taught by a teacher to pull in on your lower belly and pull up through your pelvic diaphragm, which is engaging what we call mula bandha. And the bandhas are energetic locks of the body, holding the energy in. So mula bandha, like muladhara, root, lock, is the low lock when we engage. But here, where the chin tucks in, just letting you know that you're naturally engaging something called Jalandhara bandha, Jalabandha, which is a throat lock. So enjoying this breath in the belly. Just checking in if you're relaxed in your buttocks and your thighs. Checking in with shoulders again. Always a little bit of tension creeps back in. Just noticing if perhaps being in the softer pose with the different prop allows you to be a lot more present in your body and your mind. So we'll just take another breath. And then slowly, like we would do coming off the block, just lifting your body, maybe coming onto your toes. And taking that bolster aside. Let yourself relax. How good does that feel through your body? Still, just take a glance through for the chi, the prana moving. Always in these still moments, we get the awareness of this subtle body energy flow. And then when you're ready, let's draw the knees in. If you want to just hug your head up towards your knees, just to stretch a bit more through your back, it always feels quite nice. Okay, so just rolling up, the next pose we're going to come into is you have a choice. So we did this last week. Heart bench you can do, which we're very familiar with, where we have the block for the head and the block behind the back. So we know this one where we lie back. However, as most of you have got your bolsters, I've got to keep a block handy actually and show you the little construction that I made last week. If you've got your moon cushion or something like that, then rest your bolster on it and create like a little kind of door wedge shape. This week I am going to use a block as well, just at the end of this bolster. You'll see that I've popped that there just in case it's something that feels good. So what we do is we start by sitting on the edge and then lie back. This is a very, very nourishing and restorative sort of heart bench. If your head really tilts off the end, if you notice my head, it's really come off the end. I don't want you to be there. I want you to wriggle your body down so that when you do rest your head at the end of the bolster, your neck is really supported. And this week I have chosen to put a little block by the end of this bolster, just to support the buttocks. Last week I felt my lumbar back curve just a little bit more than I was happy to have it curved. And then we're just going to rest. You can take your legs long. You can come into butterfly feet with the knees out. But my favourite and what supports my back more is to have my knees bent and together and maybe take the feet out wide to the side and then just relax. Very lovely restful pose here. Arms can just fall to the side and you feel that nice stretch in your upper chest. Take some deep breaths and let your parasympathetic nervous system really engage in that rest and digest energy. Really relax your face, neck, soften your jaw, cheeks, any tightness in your forehead. Relaxing hands and wrists. Really trying to let go into anything through your lower back. And just follow your thoughts. Maybe the mind is really quite quiet. How does this feel this evening? Is it something you're enjoying? Would you prefer heart bench? Sometimes your energies are different days, and something else is more welcome. Keep relaxing your buttocks and thighs, lower back. Maybe just take 2 more breaths. Enjoy them. Just taking every last moment of feeling this really quite relaxing pose. And then lifting the head. Maybe take that block away from underneath you. Lift up from your bolster. And then coming down, as always, into a nice neutral spine. You just, using these bolsters and things, you just have got a lot more to move before coming down. Okay, and again, feeling into your body. What are the words that come to your mind as you lie back? Feeling good, refreshed, calm down. Like you're looking after yourself. So just enjoying and following the breath through your body. Notice how little or how much your ribs and belly move when you're breathing just gently and naturally. And then we'll come into waterfall next, our last one before we relax. It's a favourite one before we soften back onto the mat. Let's have a rock first. And you can use a pillow or your moon cushion for this, whatever is to hand and nearby, as we just pop that cushion underneath. Just makes you feel nice and safe and secure. It has that effect of just tilting the pelvis under and forward and let the legs sort of draw more towards your body. You haven't got to engage anywhere in your abdomen here. If your legs are up straight or leaning further away from you, you'll notice a lot more engagement necessary. So just finding that stillness. Closing the eyes, relaxing head and neck, focusing on your third eye, Ajna, and being open to whatever inspiration gets downloaded. Following your belly breath.